Zach, over to your left. Take you back in time a little bit to that year you redshirted after your freshman year. I mean, that's not a normal the way the redshirt works, but what was your thinking back then, and how do you think since then it helped you to get to where you are today?
I think I had a lot of talks with Coach Ryan just about the future and what I could, like the impact I could have down the line. I think he said with Josh coming back and with Ben obviously being there in that role, there wasn't too many minutes available, and I was just hoping to get a chance down the line to be able to contribute a little bit more. So I think, like I've said a couple times, that was probably one of the most mature, best decisions I've had to make in my basketball career so far.
You guys obviously have tournament experience, but you also have Final Four experience. I just want to know how much that helps you at this point, knowing what you already know how to get there from previous years.
Bronson.
Yeah, obviously being there helps, and knowing what it takes to get there. Even though we were underclassmen at that time, we kind of want to. We've talked about the legacy we want to leave and everything like that, and I think we, have accomplished so much already. But getting to another Final Four is just one of our goals that we've been talking about since after last season. So it'd be a really cool thing if we could do that.
Nigel, just curious, your first home game here, your freshman year was against Florida. If what if anything you remember from that game? Were you nervous? Did anything still stand out for you?
No, I don't really remember much. I mean, I know we won the game. It was our first home game. It was pretty neat, though. I guess it was I think it was a sold-out game. It's a pretty good game, I guess, to have your first time out there. And, yeah, I mean, that game will have no impact on this one. I don't really remember it. Yeah.
This is kind of for all you guys, but what do you guys love about this particular senior class? All you guys up there.
I mean, yeah, no, obviously we all love each other, not in a weird way, but we as brothers. I don't know. I think the senior class has been through everything there is to go through in terms of a basketball career. We've all had our highs and our lows, some higher, some lower. So, I mean, I think we're a really multifaceted group who has, like I said, as much experience as you could possibly have. And so I think having that allows us to share that knowledge with our younger classmen on the team and just allow them to be more prepared moving forward.
Bronson, Greg was saying that he thought Trice had some freshman moments in his first two NCAA tournament games. I know you know what that transition is like when you're a freshman. Do you need to say anything to him this week just to make sure he's a little more locked in or has confidence, or do you just expect that he'll be fine?
I've always had a lot of confidence in Dimitrik, and I feel like I won't need to say anything at all, really. Before the games. I mean, during the games, I'll say stuff to try to coach him up. Like when I was on the bench with my fouls and everything, I was doing all I could. But I don't need to say really anything to him. Just from his background and where he comes from, I know he'll be perfectly all right.
Zach and Bronson, I guess you guys were in this spot last year and obviously suffered a heartbreaking loss. Coach Guard said that game gets brought up a lot. Is that something that you have talked about consistently throughout this year?
Yeah, I think taking care of the ball is one thing that we've addressed, just taking care of the little things and not putting ourselves in that position. We had a chance to win it last year down the stretch, and collectively we just didn't do enough to get the job done. He'd just been on us. This group of seniors just making sure that we're leading and making sure we're taking care of those minute details, because those are the things that matter at the end of games when you gotta close out a team.
Just like Shoei said, it's all about the little stuff. Everyone wants to make basketball seem like a really complicated thing, but it's really a pretty simple game if you just take care of all the details and the fundamentals, boxing out and take care of the ball, and that's what kind of got us last year in that Notre Dame game. So, yeah, that's something he's been preaching all year.
Nigel and Zach, what do you like most about this Florida matchup?
And just another opportunity to play. We know they're obviously a good team, great team. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. And we know that they have, the athleticism, shooting ability, defensive prowess. So it's going to be a testament to see how well we can, stick to our rules and stay disciplined, and to see how much we've bought into the principles and things that we try to do as a program.
Yeah, I think Nigel hit on the head. I'll just say I'm excited to not have another spring break for the 4th year in a row. To be playing at this time of the year is exciting, and to spend it with these guys in New York will be a good week. I'm looking forward to it.
Nigel, you've mentioned the Notre Dame game a couple times this year. Does how it ended stay with you?
Yeah, because it's a game that we should have won. It's a situation that we have been in many of times earlier in that year. We handled it well, shoot free throws at the end, keep fouling, keep making free throws, and then, just drag the game out another 10 minutes. We win, everything's good. I made a mistake, turned the ball over. So that's something that we have to be better at. We almost made that same mistake, against Villanova, but fortunately we were able to get a free throw missed by them and able to make a play on the other end. But it's something that we're going to have to make sure we're sure up, especially with a team like Florida who feeds off of turnovers and their defensive pressure.
Zach, kind of follow up to that redshirt year. You watched the first Final Four run as a redshirt player, contributed to the second one, but this would be, if you guys are able to make it that far, your first as a starter. What was it like watching that team, that first Final Four run, and what's it been like being a more significant contributor so far to this team?
Yeah, I would say it was tough that first year. That's when I probably questioned my decision the most, just thinking, man, not many teams get the opportunity to go to a Final Four, and here we are. Like, I could be having a good role, whatever that role was on this team. But I think as we went, obviously, as the years went by and we go back to the Final Four, I think it kind of validates my decision and just reaffirms that I made the right choice, I guess.
Nigel, you brought it up before that a lot of times people have doubted this team, their capabilities, but taking down a #1 overall seed, that's got to say a lot about your program and going to your 4th straight Final Four, or Sweet 16, excuse me. But, I mean, how has that changed the perception of your team inside and out?
It doesn't really at all. I think we do a good job, and I know I try to do a good job of keeping myself and the guys within our team structure, making sure that we only listen and focus on the things we do. We try to, make sure that our, the caravan we have of fans is full of the capacity before we started the tournament. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who are trying to, jump on now after the 2 wins that we've had. So we just got to make sure, as Eric tells us, keep our circle tight, make sure it's smaller, make sure we stick to ourselves and, stick to what got us to this point.
Zach, this question is for you. I heard your dad on the radio in Milwaukee talking about you fainting or blacking out after the Villanova win during the celebration. What exactly happened?
Just got a little emotional, high emotions after that game. Just saw a couple stars, but Henry took care of me, Eric took care of me, and I'm all right now.
No.
It wasn't a big deal.
Bronson, earlier this year when you guys were at the Garden, obviously you didn't shoot it well, but you played well there a couple years ago when you played VCU in Georgetown. Is it a tough arena to shoot in?
No, I don't think so. I thought it was just maybe a little bit of nerves or something. That Rutgers game was definitely like a 2-game a season kind of thing where you just, forget how to shoot. So I'm looking to redeem myself after that for sure.
Vito, you've talked about wanting to be a little more consistent this year, especially compared to what you were able to do in the second half of last season. Do you think these last couple weeks that you're kind of getting back into a little groove, whether it's shooting, whether it's rebounding, defending? And why are you smiling at your teammates?
If I was lying, I would say yes. It has been very consistent. But I'm going to tell the truth. And no, it hasn't been the best, I feel. But I think, I don't know, these last 2 games specifically have been a little bit better. And, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to continue to do what I can do, whether it's defensive, offensive. Still got to block out a little bit more. I gave up a few offensive rebounds. But besides that, I think think the whole team is headed in the right direction.
For Bronson or Nigel, it's obviously a time of focus and preparation, but you guys have had some big personalities in these tournament runs. And how do you think guys like Matt Ferris and Aaron Mason, some of the shenanigans they have in the locker room and their personalities going on, kind of help in moments like this and preparation like this?
For us, you know, it's kind of, we were just having fun with each other. We liked each other. I guess that turned out to be a shocker to the rest of the country, teammates that like one another. So they kind of ran with that. To us, it was just the norm. So we were just having fun in the activities, the shenanigans, if you will call them that, that the country saw was just us having fun. But it's glamorized because we're in a Final Four run and we're making a deep tournament run. But for Ferry and Maish, they can really do whatever the hell they want. They don't have to play. I mean, so, I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, obviously they're not as funny as what we've done before, but it's definitely, it's good fun. Obviously everyone knows that those are my guys, and you know, I love all my guys, but they can have the fun that we need is something for us to look at. You know, we can relax, not have to, you know, be in a, you know, aggressive fist clench type of gritting your teeth type of mode the whole day. We can, you know, use that as entertainment, and you know, for them it's just, you know, maybe their job tournament is to try and keep everything light and fun, and they've been doing a good job of that. So I guess our job is to make sure they can do it longer, and that's kind of what we want to do.
Well, I guess just going off that then, Nigel, do you know what we can expect for the Sweet 16 from Maish Madness, or do you have any idea what's happening with that?
No, I don't even know if they know what they want to do. I think some of the stuff kind of just happens. Maybe they have a couple of things planned. I sent them something, a video that we discovered a couple of days ago, so that may appear. I don't want to give away their secrets yet, but I think a lot of this stuff is just spontaneity. So as long as they can keep doing that and keep everyone entertained, you know, and we keep winning, they can keep showing their ugly faces, so we'll take it.